I'm back from Japan's tropical island, Okinawa. With its blue seas and skies, beaches, and well-stocked Beyblade stores, Beyhunting in Okinawa is definitely worth your time. Okinawa has 6 of what we call B4 stores, designated Beyblade suppliers that not only offer exclusives, such as the Giant Strand Dagger, Metal Coat Blue Shark Edge, and the upcoming store releases of the Barcelona Collab Dran Buster and Hell's Hammer Stadium sets, but they also offer a host of tournaments as well, official G3 tournaments where you can win prizes such as the treasured Golden Wizard Rod, as well as trials for new players and other events. So let's have a look at the 6 B4 stores in Okinawa and how it compares to mainland in Tokyo. The prefecture of Okinawa lies south of the main island of Japan, Okinawa Island being the biggest of these islands, and also where all B4 stores are located. The first store I visited was the Toys R Us in Naha, which is the main city on the island of Okinawa. The Toys R Us was located inside of a larger shopping center, and right in the front entrance were all of the brand new beys that were released at the end of December, including Impact Drake, Random Booster Volume 5s, and Drasil, along with some Double Extreme Stadiums. And eventually, after exploring the store for a little while, I found them. A bunch more Double Extreme Stadiums, as well as some videos advertising Beyblade X, and also a code that you can scan in the Japanese Beyblade X app to get you 100 Bey points. There's also information about upcoming collabs with the FC Barcelona, where you could trade in like Bey codes to get a chance to win Aero Pegasus. And there was also information on the upcoming tournaments that the store is going to host. The selection here was pretty good. We had loads more Impact Drakes, as well as some Cobalt Dragoons, Silver Wolves, Random Booster Volume 4s, and a decent selection of string launchers, boxes, and a lot of El Dragos, and a singular Bey case. There was also quite a few older things. They had the Rhino Horn and, things that are pretty common everywhere, like Leon Crest, the Shinobi Shadow Selects, and also the UX10 customized set, which was always nice to see. Here's the Bey point code again if you want to scan it. The next B4 store on my trip was the first AEON Mall store. Now, there's a lot of AEON Mall stores in Japan, and you'll see several more on this list. Anyway, I found the Beyblade X banner behind here, and lo and behold, we had Beyblades. What's quite interesting here is they had a decent amount of original deck sets, which are pretty uncommon. And again, another Bey code for you to scan, as well as some of the remakes, some Samurai Sabers, Hell's Hammer they had here, a decent amount of grips, as well as Battle Passes, the Seal S remake, Random Booster Volume 5s. So all the new things were in this store as well as Random Booster Volume 4s, Dran Swords, Wizard Arrow, Knight Shields in both the booster and the starter versions, as well as a Random Booster Volume 1, which I've not seen in a shop. I don't even remember the last time I saw that in a shop. And also a bunch of Double Extreme Stadiums as well, which is pretty common in most of the shops we're going to visit today, as well as the 3-player wide stadiums. And here's a final look at the code that was at this shop. I also took some time to check out some secondhand stores. This shop had a bunch of Beyblade Burst things. I never play Beyblade Burst, so I don't know if these are worth what they're selling them for. Everything seems to be between 100 and 200 yen though, so not too expensive. Also, I found what I'm pretty sure is the DJ accessory to the Beyblade X Zone game. Next, we head over to the center of Okinawa Island to 2 B4 stores that are in the same shopping center. This is Rycom. This is an amazing shopping center in Okinawa. It also has a fantastic Pokemon center. I think it's the best Pokemon center I've been to all in Japan personally, and it has a great Okinawa style to it. But getting to the stores, these shops are also next to each other, literally in the store. On one side there's Toys R Us, on the other side is the AEON style. I wasn't quite sure which one to go to first, but I decided to go with the Toys R Us. Again, this Toys R Us had information about its upcoming G3 tournaments, which again were regular class only, so 6 to 12-year-olds. But again, they also had all of the brand new releases, Random Booster Volume 5s, Draseels, a bunch of Impact Drakes, Cobalt Dragoons, El Dragos. Not as good as the last Toys R Us that we went to. There was a lot of empty shelf space, so I'm guessing they hadn't restocked recently. But they did have the UX10 customized set, several grips, and some Vice Tigers and Crimson Garudas, and a bunch of the Double Extreme Stadiums. like every single shop I went to during this holiday. So yeah, overall, pretty good shop. Also, I wanted to show off some of the really nice Beyblade clothes that you could get. Only Toys R Us sells these in Japan, and they have them in both adult and kid sizes. And the prices are also cheaper than the official merchandise you can get from tournaments, so worth picking up. And of course, we have the B4 store code as well, so you can scan. Next, we hit up the AEON Style, and this one was a little bit better in terms of its selection. They had, again, the 3-player wide stadium and also a lot of the remakes like Drasil and Drigger, a bunch of grips and cases, string launchers. They had some battle passes, El Drago, Rhino horns, booster wizard rods, and night shields, night lances. Yeah, it was a pretty well stocked shop actually. I was quite impressed overall. And of course the random booster, volume 5s, Cobalt Dragoons, Impact Drakes. Yeah, overall not too bad. I do have to say the prices in most of these places are pretty much the recommended retail price, but they had some Drum Busters here and also the Hell's Chain deck set, and yeah, some more Double Extreme Stadiums. Now there were a bunch of the really cool starter guides, and I kept finding them everywhere around the shop, but what I couldn't find was the code to scan. I mean, there's a cabinet of Switch games, and I looked everywhere. I could not find these anywhere I went. But here's some cool Pokeball stuff that I found, including this gacha machine, which I really, really want, but could definitely not fit inside of my suitcase. Our penultimate stop was BanBan21, which was a independent toy store that was a little bit further north from the other shops we've been to so far. The day I went was actually for the Open G3 that was happening. A lot of spaces to do games like Beyblade and cards, and it seemed like a really cool gathering place. The selection here, they had the Impact Drakes and they had a few other blades, but it wasn't a massive selection. It's not a big shop. They didn't have any of the Random Booster Volume 5s, unfortunately, but they did have, Samurai Sabers and a Cobalt Dragoon, and of course, a Bay code that you could scan. Our final Beyhunting destination of the trip was also the final AEON store. This is a massive mall, and they actually managed to have the Beyblade X game, which I hadn't seen anywhere else in shops before. Yeah, a bunch of Switch games here and loads of toys. I actually ended up wandering around this store ages before I managed to find Beyblade stuff. I did get to see some cool things like these Mario board games and puzzles that you can do, as well as a bunch of the Nintendo Lego sets, and including the Super Mario and the Animal Crossing ones. They had basically everything here. It was really, really nice. But we were here for the Beyblades, and that is what I had to go find. And eventually I found them again, a bunch of the Double Extreme Stadiums and the 3-player wide stadiums. Again, these are everywhere and they're not really selling that well. I thought I'd find a few of the regular TT stadiums, but apparently not. They got a shelf here with all the remakes, including Drasil, and a video showing some Beyblade X happening, and of course our store code, which we have to have. So very happy to see that. They also had a 3-player stadium that I think you could just drag out and give a go. I didn't see anything that said otherwise. Again, we got some Random Booster Volume 5s, Impact Drakes, some El Dragos, but to be honest, besides that and a couple of the older deck sets, there wasn't really much going on in this one. We did have the UX customized set though, and 3 or 4 other boosters, but yeah, that's about all they had in this branch. And here is the final B4 store code if you need it. But let me know, would you like to visit Okinawa and check out these B4 stores? It was a really cool time, and I really like the tournament environments as well here. It wasn't completely perfect, but I will talk a bit in the future when I upload the video for that. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully we will be able to pick up the Barcelona collabs this Saturday as they get released. So I'm going to be there the moment the shops open, hoping to pick one up, and also a Golem Rock. So please subscribe if you haven't already to be the first to be notified of when the Golem Rock review comes out on this Saturday. Until then guys, thanks and bye!